Welcome back to Series 3 of Tangled's Rapunzel Adventure DX, whatever. Today we are now on the episode The King and Queen of Hearts.
This is the Parent Trap episode, if I recall correctly.
Alright, so starters, the episode is about to begin in 3, 2, 1, go.
I actually saw the original version of a Parent Trap before the new one.
Basically, Dwibs, just the Parent Trap is twins work to get their mother and father back together after they divorced.
Not just that, the twins actually discover the fact that they are actually siblings, despite the fact that it was kept as a secret, from them, from their childhood.
That's the thing. That entire movie, both versions, in fact, really aged poor. Well, not that they were necessarily, not that this was necessarily good to begin with, because remember, the fact that these parents never even told each of the twins that they have a twin and another parent, they were basically, this was, and it makes them horrible parents that shouldn't even have be with these kids.
I'm pretty sure it will be illegal. Anyway, Ninja.
Is that Steve Blum?
Probably. I mean,
in one of his many Guinness World Record-breaking
we have a random extra.
roles.
Oh no, it's him again. We have a random guest that cast character that has 2 lines of dialogue. Do you think you can step in the recording booth for 5 minutes? Oh
yeah, sure.
Oh no.
Jesus Christ. That is so creepy.
Varian, what the fuck? What did I told you about not doing human transmutation? Oh, there you go.
But where's the fun in being a mad scientist or alchemist if we don't get to do that, though?
Do I need to remind about the overused meme from Full Metal Alchemist about the
but
with the dog?
That's exactly it, What's the point of being an alchemist? We don't get to do that kind of shit. That takes away all the fun.
Take your Ritalin.
It takes away all the fun.
There we go.
Oh, yeah, that's right. The parents kind of have a case of amnesia from
it was part
earlier
of
in the season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm not going to say that the season is bad, but looking back, I do feel like some priorities were a bit askew here. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying we can't occasionally have our ha-ha funny moments here, but I feel like it's the most weird whenever the plot kind of veers off into filler stuff. Knowing that the parents were kind of, out of it the whole time, basically. I think, compared to the first 2 seasons, Season 1 had the perfect excuse to do whatever, since that was the episode the season that while we had a mystery going on, it was still relatively kept to Corona. Season 2 had the smart idea to have us constantly on the road, so, like Avatar The Last Airbender, while there was a main plot, we could occasionally have some side stuff happen along the road here. This season, and again, this might just be because they kind of had to rush this one out and have less episodes, but this one feels a bit weird with how 1 minute it'll be all serious, and the next it'll be, we got time for jokey jokes here and there.
Also,
it's just
Joe, but you answer your own question. The same Disney that canceled Tiana thought it was a brilliant idea to give this season the short end of the stick.
Also, this was 2019. This was kind of a methodology about quote-unquote balancing humor and drama that was going on at Disney at the time.
That too. Also, Disney had this stupid boner for a rule that, a season can't have more than 3 seasons for some dumb reason.
Well, Gravity Falls only had 2.
Well, that was because Alex Hirsch chose to end it early because he didn't want to risk an unfair closure.
How many seasons did Amphibia have?
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Did it do the usual free series thing?
That's what I was pondering about.
Jack.
I know that Owl House managed to get the final season very, very, by clawing all of that.
And dear Lord, it was one of the most... Yes, you're right. Amphibia got 3 seasons.
It's kind of
That's
similar.
usually the Disney thing. Sorry, go on, Peter.
It's kind of similar, Jova, to what happened with Person of Interest, the series that Jonathan Nolan made before Fallout and Westworld, where despite the show doing well, someone at Warner Bros. Apparently didn't like the show. So basically, for the final season, they were told, "You have 13 episodes. End it." I'm not kidding. Like they were planning to have even more seasons after 5 and everything, but the executives were like, "Okay, end this thing in 13 episodes. Then you're done." It's just
The Owl House didn't even get that. It got like free 1 hour specials each.
Well, didn't Owl House manage to get its third season, but they had to like claw and tear for it?
No, we got a series of like 2 or 3 hour long episodes.
Oh, okay. Pedro, didn't you tell me that this is kind of the plot of Spellbound, where divorce is introduced in a fantasy kingdom and people are afraid that if the royals do it, everyone else will follow?
Yeah, except if this was Spellbound, I would be clawing my eyes out.
Maybe it's because I don't quite remember 100%, but maybe it's a case where because Disney also have the habit of putting out half seasons, maybe the Owl House had half a season of standard length episodes, and then the next half was the hour.
Yeah, the streaming
episodes.
thing that, they say, oh, we announced 2 seasons in a row, but in reality they just chopped one into something similar to that.
So looking at the official listing, it did get a total of 43 episodes. However, and oh god, this is really, really freaking cheeky of them, Season 3, while it is listed as Season 3, got a total of 3 episodes, started in October 15 of 2022, ended in April 8th of 2023. They spread 3 episodes over nearly half a year.
Okay,
Jesus
not as
Christ.
egregious, but we didn't comment on it while we were actually watching it. Gravity Falls also had something similar going on with Season 2 by having, a lot of breakups in the middle.
I forget if that was Disney trying to do that thing of trying to spin it around and spin it for revenue or whatnot. Like, okay, I know that Tangled got screwed over because Disney weren't happy with the lack of toy sales, but did Gravity Falls even have toy sales attached to it?
I don't know. Remember, there's also the combination of stuff like, the advent of streaming and stuff like that.
These days it seems to be random whether or not a company will base a show off of its toy sales or just let it be.
Oh, that's the thing, Joe. It's important to remember that this show originally started development right after the movie came out, because a lot of people don't remember this, but when the Tangled movie first came out in 2010, it was actually Disney Animation's first major commercial hit in a while, right?
Yes.
So that's why a TV show was put into production, right? However, 2013 came around. Jova, what Disney movie came out in 2013?
Frozen and oh dear Lord.
So by the time this show came out, Disney was much more interested in Frozen compared to Tangled. So.
Okay. I gotta say this about Disney. One recurring problem with Disney is they rarely ever seem to get the right idea with how to take feedback, positive or negative. If, say, a movie bombs, they don't always look at the decision or, the people who may have made those decisions, higher management. No, instead, they'll blame the film itself. What? We put Treasure Planet up against Harry Potter? Well, that clearly means 2D animation is dead. What? Princess and the Frog didn't make $1 billion even though we once again pit it up against Harry Potter? Clearly, we gotta scrutinize more 2D animation.
Shorty, what
Disney
the fuck?
have a ridiculous ego problem. Like, even by big company standards, they have a ridiculous ego problem.
But to look at the other side of the spectrum, when Frozen, which was such a big success, was the big success it was, what messages did they take from it? Let's inject the feeling of Frozen in everything. What's that?
Shorty tossing.
I mean, Shorty seems to like it.
Shorty seems to like everything.
I wonder if...
excuse me if I'm a happy person who enjoys life.
You were dropped on your head, weren't you?
I won't
Also,
confirm, I won't confirm or deny that.
That's not a gondola you're actually riding, Lance, so put that outfit away.
Also, I
No
see some
tits.
I see some Italian influence has been absorbed into France here. Also, yes, I know a Little Mermaid reference when I see one. Cute.
Yes.
Also, the moon is huge.
It's a supermoon tonight.
Is it getting closer?
As long as it doesn't have an angry face, we're okay.
Yeah, every time I see that angry face, I keep thinking, is that some weird anti-piracy mechanism? Like if the moon is an angry face, is a pirated copy?
It's happening.
She's the girl.
Speaking of Little Mermaid,
bonk.
yeah.
What the fuck?
How heroic. So, yeah, basically the main conflict of this episode is that King Trevor, wanting to boink the queen, has gotten word that, yes, the king and queen aren't in their right mind, so hey, why not play house
It's
breaker?
Daddy's favorite, the cockhark.
Okay, seriously, I know you guys joke about me, but Paul Heyman, get out of the Disney writing room.
Paul Heyman.
That's the thing, Joe. That Paul Heyman, throughout his wrestling career, kind of did a couple of these weird cock arcs in his wrestling shows.
Was that like his one trick?
No, he had plenty of other tricks, to be fair. But yeah, that's something people like to come back to.
That was definitely his favorite trick, though. That's basically... Yeah.
Also, Rapunzel, you are way too used to tying people up with your hair at this point. I can't imagine how fun sessions between you and Eugene will get after your marriage night.
Don't worry, King. You might not be able to get Rapunzel's real mom, but I know something you could get: a life.
Yeah. Look, Dwibs, he's just a king who adores his seal. He clearly has his life together.
You know, I have seen media where a character's most beloved thing is their unusual pet animal. It doesn't tend to go well for him.
I mean, I'm only the king of a gigantic-ass kingdom.
Oh. Yeah. Okay.
Why is there a knife in there, Max?
No reason.
I know the law can be cutthroat, but this is ridiculous. Oh, come on. They just draw those on the maps. There aren't actually sea serpents. Shouldn't there be a law against...
But they don't apply. That's therefore the marriage will be null and void anywhere else.
Surely there's a law against marrying a wife when she's under the influence.
Well, again, if we're operating on the whole thing about going into international waters, yeah.
Oh, shoot, that's right. Then the law really won't apply there.
High five.
This is kind of fucked.
Yeah. It's also weird because this guy had kind of already a relatively straightforward arc in the previous movies where, yes, was relatively antagonistic, but it felt more like that his rivalry with, Rapunzel's father was more tongue-in-cheek, and the two still respected in some kind of way despite having their differences. But here he's probably at his worst.
I forget, was it pre-established that he had it bad for the queen?
Not that I remember.
I wonder if, that's part of his petty rivalry with the king in the first place.
Oh god, can you imagine him going, "It was just a prank, bro"?
Honestly, would it be better if it was like he was just trying to use that to get instead to him?
Yeah.
Quick, let's fire on the ship. Oh no, you can't do that.
Yeah, the queen's aboard.
Or just fire wherever the queen isn't.
That's not how it works. Oh my god.
Oh boy. Wait, Jesse Ventura?
Okay, he has a literal army of seals.
Gonna need to stay on brand, Trevor.
Oh, yeah. For a second, I thought the seals actually kind of looked like Jesse Ventura, but they don't.
Okay, he has seals that are clearly on steroids, given that they're able to sink a flipping ship. Oh, and that brings back her memories. I mean, to be fair, I think even with the amnesia, she'd find it a little abhorrent that he's trying to murder these people. Right on cue.
Always a bigger fish.
Hey, it's Maleficent, but as a sea dragon.
What the fuck? What was
He
the
tried.
plan?
Why was he the last one on the ladder?
Okay, if you're so smart, you think of something.
Nothing like peril and threat of losing your life to get your memory back.
Yeah, that's nice, but the sea serpent doesn't give pretty much a shit about the power of love. Just saying.
Yeah.
The sea serpent hates love.
The sea serpent never could have love in its life, so it will eat everyone. Oh! Thank you. That
That's
was
why he hates
nice.
it.
Why is it that the SEAL team, the literal SEAL team, are probably the most effective army force we've seen in this show? Well, crud.
Of course it's an
What a
egg.
twist!
Bye. Ew. Okay,
He
then.
just left the ship behind for them. Thanks. Even if we can't entirely remember everything. I called it Kingdom Hearts.
That's taken.
What?
Oh, it's just something I heard about when I met this boy with oversized shoes.
Anyway, this was fine overall. Again, what I appreciate the most out of this is that it doesn't end super clearly by them, regaining completely the memories, but there's still a hint of positivity about that, And that was also the fact that the situation, gets solved internally instead of having Rapunzel saving the day, once again. So again.
Mm-hmm.
Next episode, however, is the time of the entire sidekick squad to actually do something. It's a Day of the Animals, so see you for that.
See ya.
Yeah.
Yeah.